What are the lessons from President Obama? In Obama's inaugural, January 20th, 2009, he said the following: our security emanates from the justness of our cause, the force of our example, the tempering qualities of humility and restraint. I think you look back on that from the perspective of 2015, and you have to acknowledge, I doubt if he would acknowledge, but I think most would acknowledge he got that wrong, that the security of this country does not emanate from the justness of our cause. It comes from our strength, and in large part, our military strength. When Obama took office, there was a scene I have in one of my books which tells so much. General Hayden, who was the CIA director, retired four-star Air Force officer, told told Obama that Bush had started these drone strikes. And Obama thought, wow, that's great. And General Hayden said to him, you know, the drone strikes may work. You go around and kill leaders of Al-Qaeda or somebody we're opposing. But then he said, you know, you can't win a war from the air. And you have to change conditions on the ground. And we now know Obama loves drone strikes. And I think he loves them because, in a way, it's comparatively risk-free. They don't officially acknowledge them. And in a really interesting way, it's a war without a war. In Afghanistan in 2009, I did the book, Obama's Wars. Obama decided we're going to add 30,000 troops. And he did. But in the secret orders he gave, and eventually he disclosed, said, yeah, we're going to add 30,000 troops, but we're going to start taking them out in about 2.5 years. And so in a sense, he was saying, yeah, we're going to have war, but we're not going to have war. In a sense, he wanted to do both. He wanted to add 30,000 troops, which the military was clamoring for. They actually wanted more. But he also didn't want to do it, and so he said, we're going to start taking them out on a timetable. If you get the generals on sodium pentothal, they'll say this was the craziest thing that was ever done. In May of 2010, this was an illuminating moment about Obama. He was meeting with his top advisors, and they were going through a formal national security strategy policy that they were going to put out in writing. And in it, it said, our national security policy is economic sanctions, diplomacy, a lot of law enforcement. This has not been really reported. And so one of Obama's top advisors, there were 5 cabinet level officials in this meeting, said, now wait a minute, that is the weakest statement about the use of force I've ever seen. Our job is to comfort our friends and scare the hell out of our enemies. And the president said, but that's what I believe. Does not like war. Humility and restraint. And so he pulled us out of Iraq. The generals were literally almost on their knees saying, leave some troops there is an insurance policy. The president wouldn't do it. Now we're back with thousands of troops in Iraq.